G'day ladies and gents, and welcome back to ARMA 3 with Mags. So today we are going to be starting off a bit of an expansion in ARMA 3 content here on the channel. We are going to start doing some of the single player and co-op missions available on the workshop because, well, the reason there hasn't been a lot of ARMA 3 content coming onto the channel at this time is because I simply haven't been able to get onto the multiplayer as often as I would like. So anyways, today's mission is called On the Other Side. It is by Bauerhousebourne. It is a 5-star rated single player mission on the workshop, so this should be fairly interesting. According to the mission description, we are to be para-dropped, as we are now, behind enemy lines, and we're to destroy a set of artillery. Apparently...
Night Owl 2, this is Night Owl Actual. I've missed DLC. I'm on ground and I'm moving to your location. Over.
Okay, I was about to say, apparently the mission is fully voice acted, and that appears to be right.
Night Owl 2, do you read? Over.
Hopefully not too voice acted. There's nothing worse than being interrupted all the time. Like that. Shouldn't be too much of a problem, I wouldn't think. So yeah, anyways, apparently we've been dropped out, we've been misdropped into a different location. We've got to make our way back to our team, and then we've got to go and blow the hell out of some artillery positions, and that... I cannot remember the name of it off the top of my head. It's the ARMA 3 equivalent of a Hummer. And it appears to be stopping. Oh no, it seems to be going around the corner. Okay, so... it appears we haven't been detected yet, which is always a good start. There's nothing worse than doing an infiltration mission and being detected right at the start of it. Now, when they said we were misdropped, they weren't kidding. Just under 700 meters left to go, 690 meters to the rendezvous point, and then from there we're going to have to move on to the actual target zone. So, yeah, I'm not entirely sure how long this one's going to take. I will say I am surprised I'm not seeing more patrols out here. There doesn't appear to be anybody around. If we're in the area where artillery are operating that are relatively close to a front line, you would expect some pretty heavy patrols to stop enemy forces from doing exactly what I'm doing right now. And speaking of patrols, we have lights on the road ahead. What have we got here? Let's get up to the wall. That is 2 APCs. And 1, 2, and looks like 3 transport trucks. So we've got a small convoy. And if I'm reading the map correctly, or remembering the map layout correctly, that they are heading straight towards the front line. So resupplies for the front, I guess. Not really something we need to concern ourselves with too much, but nice attention to detail. Just keeping a watch on the region of the road to make sure there's no foot patrols or anything else floating around. So yes, anyways, I've been looking to try and get more ARMA 3 multiplayer and even some ARMA 2 onto the channel for quite some time, but I just have not been able to get people organised for it, and the few times when we actually have the ARMA missions come up on MagzTV, which are fantastic missions, by the way, I'm not always available to actually jump on them, which has proved to be a problem. Right, so we're across the road now, the convoy is still heading that way. So yes, anyways, this is my answer to that problem. Start doing some single player and co-op missions, see if you guys like what you see, show off some of the cooler missions that are actually available, just playing through them live, or perhaps a post commentary from now and then, depending on what's going on. And hopefully we will be able to get more ARMA 3 multiplayer up on the channel as well. So I'm looking forward to a time when we can get 50, 60, 70 people together, or whatever the maximum capacity of an ARMA 3 server is, because I'm not entirely sure off the top of my head, and actually get a proper combined arms dual team multiplayer match, or battle running. You know, I want to do, close air support for my team against players instead of AI for once. Coming up onto a ridge line here, and it's a snake. And that's another snake. God, I feel right at home right here. Okay, we're almost at our waypoint, or our rendezvous point. Get over to the wall here and we'll just have a look at what's going on down there. And make sure to grab a screenshot while we're at it, of course, too. Alright, so there's 1 and 2 bodies. Looks like this is my team, and I would say they're very dead. And these 2 dickheads here appear to be the people that killed them. So, how are we going to do this? Well, first things first, let's check the inventory. And I don't have a tripod on the weapon, and I don't have a tripod in my backpacks, unfortunately. I quite like having the tripod available if at all possible. I do like doing the sniper roll. Although, this isn't a particularly long shot, so this shouldn't be a problem, but I do like my tripods. So anyways, where are we here? Here's dickhead number 1. Now, before I shoot you, where is your mate? Ah, there he is. 1, and go to sleep. Alright, you're down. Okay, missed. Got him. Got him. 3, 4, and he's down. Alright, so the first target was okay. Second target, 5 rounds, 4 hits. That's not good enough. Help if I had a decently good scope with some adjustments on it too. The fixed tactical sights for these rifles, they've got a fixed range of about 300 meters with a first mill point of about 400. So you've got to always aim below if you're trying to hit a target that's within that. It's just, yeah. I like some nice adjustable sights that go from 100 up to 8 or 9.
Papa Bear, this is Night Owl. My team is down. Shall I abort the mission? Over.
That's a negative, Night Owl. We cannot extract you at this point. Continue mission, over.
Roger that, Papa Bear. Night Owl out.
Yep, gotta do it solo. I'll grab the smoke. And that's pretty much everything, I think. I don't think we need any more health kits. I think we've got all we need there. So that was obviously the medic. Ooh, hang on. This guy was the marksman. Yeah, let's swap weapons out here. I'll take the marksman's weapon. What's he got? Yes, this one's got the tripod on it. This is exactly what I wanted. Much, much better. Right, we've got the rangefinder, so that's all we need at him. Although we could strip him for ammo. That's probably a good idea, just in case. We've got one of each here. Oh, fuck it, let's just take them both. Okay, it won't let us take them both. Alright, we'll just put the second one in the backpack. Alright, quick reload. I don't think there's much difference in the guns in total, but this one here just has the tripod available, so... Looks like it might be slightly longer, which works fine for me. Could be my imagination there, though. Alright, so this is obviously the explosives, the demolition guy. We'll grab claymores. I don't know if we'll need them or not. And no, nothing in there that's interesting either. Okay, well, that's it then, I think. Hang on. Put the rangefinder in. The rangefinder, it just occurred to me, can be used as a pair of binoculars. So I don't actually need the binoculars now. Just better double check that. Yes, rangefinder can be used as binoculars. Since the rangefinder can be used as binoculars, I can possibly pick up another set of explosives here. And that's pretty full, so that's about all we've got. Okay, so that's all we need. And we're about 600 meters to the next objective. Okay, so at this point I am loaded up on explosives. I now have a pile of health kits on board, and I've changed over to the marksman version of the rifle that I started with. We're in a pretty good place. I think we're in a pretty good place. At least I'm pretty happy with the kit that I've got at this point. Now it's just a matter of finding our way to the objectives and seeing exactly how many patrols or how many defences are going to be set up. Because we haven't actually seen a lot at this point. And speaking of such things, it looks like we are coming up on a small road or a path. And that is a patrol. Now, it looks like there are only two guys in that patrol. In honest truth, I could probably leave it alone, but where would the fun in that be? That is not the button for the tripod. Get back up. Back into a crouch before they detect me, and that is the button for the tripod. Okay. So, there's one of our guys, and there is the other one. Alright, we will take out this guy first. We'll wait for the other guy to be visible around the tree. And down. And down. I like this rifle. Again, I don't think it's much different to the last one, but I do like a weapon with a tripod. We will leave those bodies alone. We don't actually need to check those for gear at this point. I don't have the space or the weight to be able to carry any more anyway, so if they had anything of use, I wouldn't be able to take it regardless, without having to sacrifice something. And if somebody happens to spot those bodies and starts a bit of a ruckus over here, that's actually probably going to work out in my favour as well. Because I've still got, just over 300 metres to target. If somebody finds the bodies and brings a whole bunch of people over to start investigating and searching, 300 metres from where I'm actually going to be, I am entirely fine with this idea. Hopefully while they're checking the bodies, I can be blowing up an artillery. And that's starting to sound like a helicopter. just about to take off. Yep, there it goes. So on our guts, keep our heads down, make sure it doesn't spot us. Don't spot us. Please don't spot us. Okay. Looks like they've got one guy sitting behind a transport, and there's a couple of guys in that compound. But that compound is not our target. We hear the artillery firing in the background now. And that artillery is our target. So what I'll do is give this a bit of a wide berth. We'll go up and around the outside. And it looks like there's a small town a little bit further up. And I think we'll try and cut. There was a shot fired at us. The only person I've seen that's close enough to actually see us at this point is the guy that was down here. Yep, that's him. Alright. I can't actually see him there, so I have to move a little bit here so I can get the tripod down. There you are, one. It's still going. There we go. Now we've got you. Now, was it only you? That way. And I'm not seeing any of the bodies around the buildings actually moving. Alright. Pretty sure I just reloaded this, but anyways. So, since we've just had shots fired, is there anybody? Yes, there is. We've got one peeking around the corner of the building here. He looks like he's looking for targets. Alright, he's down. I'm not seeing anybody else yet. There's the second one. No line of fire here. Nothing that I can see, and all the bloody grass in the way. He's lying on the ground at the back of the truck that's down there. It looks like... I can't quite see you. At least I think you're still there. Yes, you're there. I can see you. And that's that problem solved. Yeah, no more targets in there that I can see at this point in time. Okay, so we can advance up to this group of buildings now. And from there, we begin to make our way around towards the artillery, because we're going to be pretty close at that point. I am a little concerned. Those shots from the guy who spotted us did catch the attention of these guys. They were on alert. The guy he was looking to actually snipe, the guy there at the corner, was actually checking for targets. If these guys heard the shots and went onto alert, then the compound just to the right of the guy who detected us would also have gone on alert. Alright, so ammunition type is caseless. So it's the right size, but it won't be compatible with my guns. That's a problem. Means I was sort of hoping I'd be able to use some of the enemy's ammunition if we run into a firefight a little bit further ahead. But it looks like their weapons... check the body. Yeah, it looks like the weapons use caseless, which means they're not compatible with my rifle. Which means, if we do get into a firefight and I do run out of ammunition, I'm going to have to make sure there is a body relatively close so I can swap out weapons and take one of their weapons. Yeah. not ideal, but not unexpected either. So, and yep, we found the artillery piece. Yeah, probably should have swept upstairs there to make sure there were no snipers in place, although if there was one, I expect they would have been downstairs shooting at me while I was looting the bodies, so pretty good. Now, the artillery's over there, so if we keep heading across, we're going to have to cross this road one way or another. Can't see any patrols. Dead quad bike. That's a patrol. That's another dead patrol. Okay, this is confusing. Why are there bodies on the ground? This would be exactly the place I would expect a patrol to be in any kind of mission setup as a way of stopping me from getting to the artillery, but why are they just corpses? And that second one, yeah, it's the same thing. Another 2 men, both dead. So what killed them? This is strange. But anyways, on with the mission. That is our target. Now I can't see anybody in the area up here at all, but go prone and crawl our way up just to make sure. And that looks like the second artillery piece over there burning as well. Like, I thought that was just a fire, but it doesn't appear to be. And it's generally not a good idea to crawl along with a snake like this. I do not recommend this as somebody who has to deal with snakes fairly regularly. I can pretty much guarantee to you the snake will be very pissed off. No infantry at all around the artillery piece. Again, this is odd. Set the explosive, and since there's nobody here that we need to worry about, get into a low position behind this wall, have a bit of a quick look just to make sure that there wasn't anybody in the grass that I didn't spot. No one that I can see. Well, in that case, if there's nobody else up here to actually defend the artillery, alright, so that's what I'm after, and it is the bottommost option, should be manual damage. There we go.
This is Night Owl. Hostile artillery destroyed. Over. Night Owl out.
Okay, so troops are apparently heading in my direction. It is time for me to get the hell out of here. Disappointing that I only have to destroy one of them. There was supposed to be 2 artillery trucks there, and the second one was already burning for some reason. I was dropped in with a team. I didn't see anything about anybody making it in further, and nobody else appeared to be alive. There's been like no mention of it, so it's possible that somebody else made it in and managed to clear out the patrols on the road beforehand, but I can see that as being interesting from a storyline perspective, but I'm not entirely sure why you would do that on a mission perspective. I can't see any infantry on the ground at the moment ahead of us. Then again, I'm not entirely sure exactly where we're running to yet. There could be troops a little bit further up. And that is a pier. The extraction point's a little bit further up from it. Can't see anybody on it though. I do hear something though.
This is Meteor 6. I'm almost at the extraction point. ETA 60 seconds. Over.
Roger that, Meteor 6. Standing by for extraction. Over.
It would probably have been worth mentioning...
Meteor 6 out.
Okay. It would probably have been worth mentioning to the extraction helicopter that there is a group of tanks moving through the area. Although, they are moving from the direction of the front line inland, so they may be on our team. I'm not certain whether or not they are or not, of course, and no, I'm not going to go poke them with a stick to find out whether or not they are. We'll just head to the extraction zone and let the tanks go and do their own thing. And I think I can hear the helicopter in the background at the moment, so it is nearly here. Actually, I think I can just see it a little bit off there to the left. Still no troops around that I can see, however. Yep, that is definitely the chopper coming in. And that sounded like another artillery shot. We blew up all the artillery guns, so unless there's more, or unless that's allied artillery coming in now that the enemy artillery has been taken out. And there doesn't appear to be anybody around us. Well, that's disappointing. I was expecting some kind... That is shots fired in our direction. I take that back. There is definitely somebody out here. Sounds like there's shots coming in from multiple directions, actually. And I cannot see any of the shooters, so it is time to go. Come on, come on, come on. Get it off the ground. Thank you. And we are away. Okay. Looks like mission complete. Go easy with your Skylake there, mate. You'll go blind. Anyways, I think this is a completion of... Yep, there it is there. That is the extraction achievement completed. So, that should be the end of this mission. Thanks for playing. Please rate and comment this mission on the Steam Workshop. Okay, so... On the other side by Bauerhousebourne. This mission is a lot of fun. I enjoyed playing through this. Good concept for a mission, good design. I'm not entirely sure why the patrols on the road just before the artillery piece were down, already dead. That they probably should have been alive, to be perfectly honest. That would have been a nice thing to have to clear, 2 patrols at once, in order to be able to get through to the artillery. And then I'm not entirely sure why the second artillery piece was burning and why there was nobody alive around the artillery pieces either. There should have been at least 2 to 4 guards, maybe 2 with each of the artillery pieces, and both artillery pieces up, so you had to clear the artillery pieces, place the explosives, and then detonate before making your extraction. And then there was the extraction itself. Fair enough, we're getting shot at right there at the end, but I would have liked to have seen maybe a spotter and a sniper somewhere down on those docks, or somewhere in the vicinity, maybe in one of the buildings a little bit further up, to give a little bit of a challenge, actually making it to the chopper for extraction to begin with. Now, outside of that, the actual mission layout was perfectly fine. It was paced well, about 30 minutes long to actually complete it. Between the patrols and the helicopter taking off, the area sort of felt alive. It looked like there was activity around the buildings, so you did feel like you were sneaking through hostile territory. But just, well, the end section where we come across those patrols on the road that were dead right before the artillery pieces, one of the artillery pieces is already burning, and there is nobody defending them. It felt like the mission was building up to a climax that just wasn't actually there. But regardless, I did have a good time playing it. Anyways, ladies and gents, I hope you enjoyed the video, and thank you very much for watching. If you're interested in trying this mission out for yourself, links to it will be in the video description down below, along with links to my Patreon if you would like to help support the channel. You'll also find links to my Discord, my Facebook, and my Twitter there as well to get all the updates on MagzTV. Anyways, ladies and gents, as always, remember to hit that like button if you do, subscribe if you want to see more, and as always, take care.